When it comes to salamanders, it's easy to find many of them on the west coast of the Pacific Northwest. There's a variety of them on the west side of Washington, Oregon, and British Columbia. These can include giant salamanders, redback salamanders, northwestern salamanders, and rusket newts. However, while it's common to find these creatures on the west coast, it's hard to find these types of salamanders in the interior northwest. Specifically, small salamanders, like the ones I just mentioned, since they're mostly found on the west side of the Cascades, so you would have to go pretty far to find them if you live on the east side. However, there is a type of small salamander found across the northwest and is interesting to many for a feature. This feature is also what gives the salamander its name, and that name is the long-toed salamander. But what exactly is it, and why does it have such long toes? The long-toed salamander is a small, brownish-yellow salamander found throughout the northwestern United States, from northern California to southern Alaska. Across their range they have several subspecies, with 4 being found in the Pacific Northwest, those being the eastern, central, southern, and western long-toed salamanders. But obviously, they are named this based off of their respective regions, which is pretty generic for naming subspecies. These salamanders are found in a variety of habitats, which makes them unique when it comes to small salamanders. These habitats range from semi-arid lands like sagebrush and cheatgrass plains to forests like temperate, red fir, and coniferous forests, and even to high-altitude habitats like alpine meadows. In their wide habitat, they live under rocks, logs, and small mammal burrows, hiding from predators like garter snakes, birds, large amphibians, and small mammals like shrews, while also hunting for insects, worms, and beetles. Oh yeah, by the way, fun fact, long-toed salamanders are actually poisonous, so they use that as their main mechanism to fight against predators. These salamanders are a part of a large genus of salamanders known as the mole salamanders, which consists of several well-known amphibians like tiger salamanders and axolotls. Like its name suggests, mole salamanders are salamanders that typically live away from water sources and are found mostly underground, with the axolotl being an exception. Long-toed salamanders seem to follow this trait, which is why you may find many of them underground. However, during their breeding season in late winter, long-toed salamanders will emerge from their hiding spots and begin traveling to small water sources like ponds to begin breeding. The way they breed is pretty strange. Basically, males will find females in the water and eventually clasp onto the females as she tries to get away. But eventually the males are able to subdue her and they begin to breed with her. Kind of a weird way to mate with your female. Anyways, ultimately after a couple of days, females will begin laying eggs. After 5 weeks, the eggs will hatch into small larvae, where they eventually live a full aquatic life for about 3 months. After 3 months, the larvae will begin to grow more exaggerated features across its body. Eventually, the face becomes longer, the adults lose their gills, and finally, the salamander grows extra digits or fingers on its feet, with the 4th toe on the hind limb growing to a large size, which is what gives the salamander its name. So yeah, there you go, that's the answer to why they're called long-toed salamanders. Anyways, eventually, after reaching its adult form, they will leave the water and begin looking for places to burrow in order for them to wait out the winter and eventually prepare for the next spring season to start the process all over again. All in all, this is a really awesome salamander. Its wide range gives people access to these creatures, and because of that, it's probably one of the most common salamanders in the Pacific Northwest. However, they're not the most widespread amphibian. That title goes to the Pacific tree frog, which if you want to learn more about, you can watch my previous episode here. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. There may have been a little bit of editing there and here and there, but you know, had to do some of that just to make sure the audio sounds good. Anyways, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.